system, baby.
Society is at a crossroads. Technology has advanced to a point where real jobs are threatened by innovative advancements that have been made available to the public. And though these were developed for the common good of mankind, every step we collectively take toward the future would always cause some collateral damage. Welcome to Bare Luxury, where we equip you with the knowledge you need to rise to the top and achieve success. Today, we will be looking at the skills that AI can never attain. Emotional intelligence. Yes, AI has had some major development in the last couple of years, but one might wonder if it could really reach the level of a human. Though it's hard to predict what the future might bring, we could confidently say that it's highly unlikely. One reason for that is emotional intelligence, or EQ as most call it. Sure, an AI could predict to a degree things that are within the set of data made available to it, but it could never connect to another human on an emotional level. It could imitate certain actions that would give the illusion of it having emotion, but deep inside, people interacting with it would feel a certain boundary between man and machine. It would never have the capacity to know, understand, and manage human emotion, as it is limited to the data inputs it was made with. Creativity. Let's face it, AI couldn't really do much without data inputs from humans. It simply lacks creativity. It won't be able to think of original concepts or ideas to develop, as it is limited to what it was designed for. It could come up with fresh ideas for certain topics, but again, it's still limited to what's inside its algorithm. The best example for this is AI's inability to think outside the box. Sure, it can find strategies for Ukraine to win skirmishes, but it could never come up with ways to end the war, since it's outside what it was designed for. Leadership. Leadership is more than just giving orders. It is guiding, caring, leading, and motivating combined. It is a complex role that AI just won't be able to replicate or fill in. And this is really important because the majority of the populace needs to be led by more competent individuals of their society, as there will always be conflict between two separate individuals if there is no one above them to help mitigate differences. Critical thinking. Evaluating and making judgment calls, which is basically the definition of critical thinking, and AI will never be able to copy it. Sure, AI has a ton more analyzing power and speed than what a human is physically able to. Sure, it can win against any chess grandmaster. Of course, it can identify problems and plan out the best solution for it. But it lacks one thing. It won't be able to see the bigger picture of any task it does, for the simple reason that it only does things that it is programmed to do. And if you want to go deeper, it doesn't even know why it's doing such tasks. Now, you might wonder why this is important. Well, here's a basic example that can showcase the importance of critical thinking. Imagine asking an AI for a low-cost recipe you could cook for dinner. It would simply give you the data that best fits your question. However, it will stop there and won't even consider asking why you are asking for a low-cost dinner in the first place. It can't come up with a conclusion that you are struggling financially and that you need a solution for your current struggles. Only humans could analyze things out of the box to find the best solution for any situation. Interpersonal communication. Have you ever looked at someone in the eye and just instinctively know what they are thinking? It could be a best friend, a family member, even a random dude in the street. This is a part of interpersonal communication and is more natural and was developed through thousands of years of evolution. It includes the minutest of non-verbal cues that we, as a more evolved animal, use to send signals between each other for whatever reason it may be. And the best AI could do when looking at your eyes is describe its features and maybe predict some underlying conditions that you have, but never what you feel or what you might be thinking of at the moment. Flexibility and adaptability. This covers a lot of areas in society, but just think of it this way. A robot with an AI integrated inside it, designed to put out fires, could never save someone from drowning. AI simply lacks the adaptability that allowed humans to conquer the globe despite the varying climates and a million other factors to consider for them to survive. Empathy. Perhaps the most human skill that AI could never attain is empathy. It is essentially a link that connects humanity with each other. It's a commonality that allows every one of us to understand each other even when we're thousands of miles apart. It's the force that makes us do things for the collective good, and AI is simply impervious to all of that. Cultural intelligence. Another skill that is closely related to flexibility and adaptability is cultural intelligence. It is the awareness of the many differences that contrasting societies possess from each other, even the minutest of acts or traditions. Knowing this and being able to adapt to certain situations regarding a person or place's culture could help you communicate more effectively with the people around you. Decision making. Now, this will be the point where you truly realize that AI is useless without humans. It's that it needs humans to operate, not the other way around. Without a human's commands, AI is simply a meaningless clump of codes stored in whatever medium it is installed into. It can never decide what to do on its own without preset conditions as its instruction or guide. After all, AI was designed to help humans. Strategic thinking. Strategic thinking is humanity's capacity to comprehend and prepare for long-term objectives. AI doesn't really think of the future, only humans do. And it is only through the strategic minds of humans that AI were even thought of in the first place. Pioneers of the field simply thought of ways to make human calculations, predictions, and tasks faster and more efficient. Thus, the existence of AI. Intuition. This one is closely related to interpersonal communication and empathy combined with a lot more things. But in the simplest of descriptions, intuition is a primal instinct of humans to understand something without even using reasoning. It's a sort of sixth sense that has allowed humans to survive and thrive in the most hostile places here on Earth. Negotiation. Now, onto the more technical side of things. AI can never discern when to give up something for greater gains in the future. It will always look for ways to win or be in an advantageous position in any current scenario it is presented with. It will always fail to understand the concept of building bridges first before actually doing business. There are businesses worldwide that are products of brilliant negotiation tactics that seem to put people in a disadvantageous position, only to skyrocket into success years later. Humor. Let's be honest here, there's a ton of hilarious content online that are a product of AIs like Siri and the like making jokes together with its users. AI could sure be funny at times, but it will never truly grasp the concept of humor. And if it never really gets updated on the latest trends and societal updates, it will never learn to make its own joke or even proactively make one. Dealing with AI is monotonous and transactional. It will only deliver what you ask it to deliver, and there's no humor in that. For those of you who already utilize AIs like Siri and the like, share in the comment section below the most fun you used AI for. Resilience. Humanity has always been about survival and growth, and we wouldn't be where we are today if our ancestors only ran from predators of the ancient past, or migrated after the first fall of snow, or just gave up after their first major natural disaster. Humans are resilient creatures, it is in our genes, and AI simply can't attain that level of self-awareness. It will never understand that every next step that it's willing to take moving forward is essential to its growth and evolution. If it encounters a problem with an answer that is not available with the set of data it has, it will simply give up and say or display an error message saying it's unsolvable. If humans weren't resilient, the very first AI developers would have just given up after the first error on the millions of lines of codes that composes an AI. Self-awareness. As we mentioned, AI simply aren't self-aware. What it will never be able to realize is that its whole being is but a tool for humanity. Being self-aware is being able to realize the environment you are in and how it affects you, and vice versa. And AI is limited and bounded by the programs it was made with. Nothing more, nothing less. Now that you have gotten to know these, you must have now realized that AI taking over jobs from people won't happen in the foreseeable future. But again, there will always be collateral every time humanity takes a leap forward toward the future. So there will be parts of society that AI would naturally dominate. This is to achieve maximum efficiency so humanity could focus more on advancing and leave the basic mundane things for AI to handle.
I'll be back.
That's it for today. Make sure to like our video and subscribe to Bear Luxury for more awesome and up-to-date content. And we're sure that you won't want to miss out on any of our future videos, so hit that notification button as well.